Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we ask that you come here tonight and you may bless our talanoa, that we may share inspiring stories, hard stories, challenging stories, be really open about our journeys, share your blessings and inspire other young, especially Pasifika women, to come through this industry. We ask you to bless these amazing young women and their music and the pathways you have already set in place for them all. Also bless this team that are here tonight, Petrina and the PMA Trust as well. And we ask that you be with all of those who couldn't make it tonight. Through Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I've just got some dry humour there. Okay, okay guys. Tāna whalawa, kia orana and welcome. I just want to say a very big warm welcome to these amazing artists that are with us tonight. We're with the FETU Creative Forum, and this is the Pacific Music Awards Trust edition, supported by Launchpad, Lucky Lance and his team, as well as Auckland Council. We're here in this beautiful whale here, and I just want to honour our beautiful guests who are here to share about their musical journey, share about the experiences and offer inspiration to other female musos out there as well. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome our amazing artists here today. First of all, Jordyn with a Y. Woo! Vox Dawn. Yeah! And I have been stalking her for the longest time on her social media. Jarna! So it's such a pleasure to have you guys with us here tonight. We're going to share a little bit about your musical journey and hopefully inspire others to get into the music industry, especially for our Pasifika women out there. First of all, if you can tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, a little bit about how you actually got into music as well. First of all, you, Jarna.
Hello, my name's Jarna. I'm East Side, born and bred.
Woo!
Yeah. But I say I'm an honorary South Side because all my cousins are over there, so always over there. Not West Side though. West Side's trash. Nah. I got into music, I think when I was young, just, typical polys, always singing, always doing karaoke. And then, I went to study music because I didn't want to work. And then from there, I met some people, got into the industry, and then, 5 years later, I'm still here, still going, still trying.
Absolutely awesome. And tell us a little bit about your ethnic background as well, villages, for people to connect and hit you up if they're related to you.
Sorry, I'm a bit plastic. I need to ask my mum. I keep forgetting what village I'm from.
Okay.
But I'm Samoan, European, and 1/16 Māori. But I know my Māori tribe. I'm from Tainui, but that's about it. Don't ask me anywhere else. I don't know.
There's your whanaunga over here. Okay, Vox Dawn, you want to share a little bit about your background? I'll pass you the mic.
Kia ora nā tātou katoa, te kōpū tangata, a meitaki korereka. First of all, thank you for having us. The introduction was fantastic, and being able to sit here in between these amazing wahine. I feel very honoured. So I'm from a beautiful island called Maniki.
Whoa.
Yes. So what my dad would say, the northland of the Cook Islands, as he's also from Ngāpui, Ngāti Wai. I brought up in Waikato, Ngāti Mahanga. So Waikato is where I was born and raised, but I've also lived in many different places, and along my journey I've always had music in my life, but I would always say that I started dancing before I started singing. So at the age of 4, we had no option, we had to dance, so we had to, so my nana would say opapa, and part of our church, PIC back then, Hamilton PIC, little drop name there, but music was a huge part of my life growing up, listening to my nana as a child that was raised for my nana, mama kapu, also known as Taia Vaine, hearing imene toke, being able to hear those high notes as well as the bass lines from our papas was everlasting memories for me that I even think that I carry to this day. But also having the beautiful, being brought up here in Aotearoa, having the beautiful culture of kapahaka, all of that infused helped, I guess, my desire and love for music to have then, be where I am now.
Beautiful.
So, there.
Kia ora. Jordyn.
Kia ora, talofa lava. My name is Jordyn, and I am from Whaingaroa on my taha Māori. So my dad and that whole whakapapa is from Whaingaroa, Raglan, Surftown, Tainui. And then on my mum's side, I'm from Muliwhanua, Lalovi, Vaimoso and Whalelatai in Samoa. And so, yeah, real Māori Samoan. But I grew up in South Auckland, Otara, 274. And I feel like that's really my cultural upbringing, is I'm very South Auckland. And I got into music. I grew up, my dad was a pastor, so my family grew up always really singing together. I was really used to being around my dad, who's a songwriter, and he would write songs for church and all of that kind of stuff, and kind of had to learn how to sing together, had to learn how to be in bands together, and how to like manage different personalities but try and like draw the best out of people, and how to look after your people, all of that kind of stuff. So I think music has always been a big part of my life, but I didn't pursue it as a career literally until like 2021. I think that's when I dropped my first single, and then since then, I don't know, I just feel like the doors have opened. I feel like I kind of found my landing place, the stories that I wanted to tell, and I was reclaiming my reo Māori because I didn't grow up speaking te reo Māori, and so my tāne and I decided we wanted to raise our kids speaking Māori, and that kind of, I don't know, just started opening up my songwriting capacity, I think, and to the point where I just couldn't shut up. I couldn't shut up, so I just started making music.
Speaking of reo, this last weekend, Vox, you were at the Hiva Folau Waka workshops, recording new music and, really infusing your own background and stuff. I know it was Tokelau, Niue and Kuki Airane. Tell us about that experience and coming together as well with the other artists and just feeling that vibe.
Thank you. So Patrina first messaged, and I actually heard of it through the sis Kenzie, who was part of the Wellington engagement, and the dates didn't quite work out for me. So I was really grateful that Patrina did have other dates, and it everything aligned. And I think there was, when I first heard of it, I've never actually written. I didn't grow up really. I heard my mum's a native speaker, but from that generation, it was always put forward to us to learn the Papa'a language. That was really important. Go to school, learn the Papa'a language, and so that's. And although I had my nana there, so there was always something. There was just an opportunity I saw for me to really dive into the reo, kuki airani, Māori, and be able to express myself that way. And so coming to the engagement that we just had, I was so excited, but I purposely went with no, I just wanted to come in with clear eyes and just to be able to go into a space brand new, if that makes sense. And I was really fortunate to have been paired up with amazing young hip-hop artist Jeremiah and Vince Harder, who was our producer during that weekend, who I've never worked with before. And it was just, something happened in my heart basically, and I was just so just overwhelmed by first of all the talent there was in that space, but then the opportunity to merge everything that everyone knew with the languages and infused the stories that came with the languages. We had amazing knowledge holders that guided us through, which I was so grateful for, because, like I said, I didn't have the language, and to be able to actually put, our thoughts into the language and express in such a way, I'm still boasting basically about that amazing weekend. And so we actually came out of that working with Vince. He's very ambitious, very sharp, very, goal orientated. So when we went into the studio, he already said to us, look, even though Petrina just said to us, we're going to, each of you are going to do 2 songs each, with your producer. He came straight away and he was like, we're going to do 3. We're going to come out of this workshop and do 3. And we're like, okay, if you think so. And I was just open to work, collab and work with him by his guidance. At the same time, it felt like it was just very, like a safe space. We were able to hear everyone's stories with Pati as well, which was beautiful. So the tone was set. So when we came in, and magic happened basically. So we were able to lay down 3 amazing songs, which I can't wait to share. And I don't know when that's going to happen, but yeah.
Don't want to put you on the spot, Jarna, but you mentioned before, and I connect with this, what you said about feeling plastic and stuff, and we hear, we know about your real journey as well, Jordyn, and you've just been talking about this. Tell us about yourself in terms of being an artist and, I guess, coming into the studio, and do you leave the culture at the door, or is it totally part of it when you walk in and record?
That's a tough question. I don't know if I leave the culture at the door, but I think it's just I didn't grow up learning as much, and I think I'm wanting to start my journey at some point, but my brain got a small little brain, so I just try to do one thing at a time, but it's definitely on what's next for me, I think. Yeah.
Is there a big pressure is there a pressure that you feel with other artists really getting into that language space that, maybe you should be putting something out in the language as well, or is it something that you're thinking you'll just take your time as this journey evolves itself naturally?
Yeah, I think taking my time. I've actually done a reo song 2023, I think, Aotearoa, but that was really cool to do. We wrote it in English, and then we were a part of this group, and they helped us translate and then with the pronunciation, and it was really cool experience. I think I definitely want to do something like that for my Samoan side, but definitely something I'll take my time. Don't want to butcher the lyrics, but nah, all good.
Tell us a little bit more about the journey in terms of the creative process and writing. What informs that process? Is it difficult, or does it come naturally? What inspires you to get that pen flowing and the music flowing too?
I think for me, for my creative process, I definitely have to have a solid beat or idea. So I feel like for me it's different every time. Sometimes the words will come, or sometimes the melody will come, or sometimes I'll hear the beat in my head. But I think it's just different every time, and you just go with what you feel, and
I've different experiences, inspiration that comes from various elements, but going back to the Hiva Folau Vaka experience, I actually had, it's like a habit, I record sound bites on my phone, random, might be a truck driving past or a bird, a manu that I've heard, but on my phone I had sound bites of Imene Toke, my nana and our mamas and papas, and that's what I brought to the table when Vince, this is just an example, asked, any ideas. So I had no idea, and I just said, this is what I've got. and we just basically were able to build on that sound bite and then create a song. There have been other times where I would just have an idea and start writing lyrics first and then put sound to that based on what I'm trying to get. And other times in collaborative space, which is probably I favour more, I love the collaborative space, being able to just jam and hear and I guess bounce off ideas with others is really cool. So yeah.
I think it's different every time. I'm mostly inspired by just normal things that people like me, urban, indigenous, who grew up in like subcultures. I'm like, I don't know, I get inspired by kids riding their bikes with the sirens. I get inspired by bright coloured houses, just things that are normal to us. But I think when you platform it, you say it out loud, it's actually your uniqueness. That's what's special about you, about us, our experiences, growing up not connected to language or culture, which, by the way, is not our fault. My nana moved here in the 70s because she believed education here was better. So we were supposed to speak English, that's why they moved here. Language was beaten out of my great-grandfather, so there's reasons why we are the way we are, and I think when we platform those stories that seem so normal to us, it highlights a lot of things. It highlights a certain whakapapa, a certain genealogy as to why things are the way they are, highlights some of the beautiful things about us, how resistant we are, the way that we cackle and laugh our way through trauma, to be honest. Our humour, our sense of humour is unlike any other, sometimes a bit too brutal, but it is what it is. Our love for food and family, village mentality, like I'm inspired by things that are so normal to us, but then when we say it out loud, I think it helps us realise how unique it is and who we are in the world. Yeah.
You talked about influences just then, Jordyn. Who are you listening to right now and who is really inspiring you on the music front?
I'm really bad for not listening to new music.
Old music, anything, yeah.
There's this artist in the UK called K1, and she's just really cool. I'd say she's a more masculine writer, and it's cool to see like different women writing in different styles and stuff. So yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Well, just from my playlist, literally just listening to J. Cole, and then I could flip to like Marlon Williams, which I had gone to his concert, which was amazing. So yeah, very versatile.
I've been really inspired by Aradna's album. I think just like as an artist, it's so beautiful to see someone like, I don't know, she just looks incredible, sounds incredible. The story she's telling in her music is so like I can hear the love in the detail. I've been listening a lot to this artist called Dijon. My friend just introduced me. He recorded this whole live album, didn't master it. And I love it because it's live music and you get to hear like almost like the imperfections, but you hear everyone working together as a band, like the beauty of music, the beauty of like something happening right in that moment that sometimes I don't think you can get in a studio recording. I've been listening to Tyler, the Creator, Chromacopia, it's mean, and then I listen to Luther Vandross, like my all-time favourite artist. Yeah, I've got to have the soul.
As a Pasifika female artist in Aotearoa, have there been any particular challenges that you've come across?
I think before the people I was working with, I think it's still for majority of the industry is quite male dominated, and I found sometimes my ideas weren't getting heard, or they just were like, oh yeah, but what about mine? It's like, oh yeah, all good. So yeah, I think it's just trying to have a voice. Yeah.
I've had slight difficulties, nothing that can't be handled with a bit of, upfrontness. But
What do you think?
I'm known to just be forward in spaces, but I think coming from a sister-brother perspective, and I always look at that in that angle. I did originally come from a very strong hip-hop background upbringing, and my love for hip-hop first, I guess, being in that space, and I grew up with bros like Visa names, who have been in the industry for a long time. Patrina's helped them in many ways. They're amazing brothers. So having key brothers, I think, also along in that space helped me gauge and navigate, I think, relationships. So I understand it's not just me, but it's the wider village. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not sure if my challenges relate specifically to being like a Pasifika woman. I think just doing Māori language music or bilingual music, not like in a bad way, but distributors don't know necessarily what to do with us, or like where to pitch for us, or because I think we're in a space of still manifesting it, or just like dreaming it to be on mainstream platforms. And so I think that's probably a challenge, but I think I've also had the benefit of being a bit older. I think if I was really young, I'm so impressed by so many young people these days. If I was like early 20s, teenager coming into the industry, it would definitely feel overwhelming. But yeah, I know my people. I can trust my puku. Like if I get bad vibes, I'm not walking in a room with anyone that I don't already respect. So I think it just cuts a lot of that stuff.
Can I just add on to that? So I actually just remembered one thing Uncle Tingilo spoke about when we did a project with him, and he said, if anything, we need the voices of our wahine. This is the time to really reinforce that voice. And I think because of the nature and the time where he was around as a young person, being in the early 60s, 70s, it was mainly our Tane's voice. Nothing wrong with it, but there's an importance of really standing in whom you are as a wahine. And I think that, like just as Jordyn has stipulated, that we're still coming into that. I think more so we've seen amazing wahine, actually, and I'm just thinking about throughout this, the time and the passing times, even now, talking about Jarna and all these amazing, beautiful wahine, but we're still evolving in that space and strengthening that, so yeah.
Do you think that industry needs to be more inclusive or equitable? Are you finding you're still seeing a lot of gatekeeping as you move about in the industry?
Yeah, I feel like you don't see as many women on big lineups, but I think definitely it is becoming more common, which is cool to see. And I think just give us a chance. Give us a chance, please.
I don't know if it's, there's always more room to grow and evolve and get better at everything. But I think if anything, it could be more of a matter of it's about perspective and what spaces are we creating that support our wahine, even just being in this space and thinking about the history of this place right now and where we've come from to now. So I think though what I have seen in the spaces. We have a very healthy, my own opinion, and just thinking for wahine, strength of wahine voices, and it's thriving and it's beautiful. But on the other hand, possibly in other spaces, it might not be represented as well. It depends. What about
Jordyn?
Always room for improvement to make more space for women, for wahine music. And then also, I back what Vox said about perspective. Like, I think I just move, I don't even look at the industry, to be honest. Like, I just think, well, we have stories to tell. If you're not going to give us a stage, we'll build our own. You know, like, I think I'm a bit of an activist in that sense. If we've got something to say, we're going to say it. And I think sometimes when you just make enough noise in your own space, people just come to watch anyway. Like, they want to know what's happening. They want to know what, what's in the water you've been drinking.
Yeah.
And so I think it's like both. And sometimes I think you have to lead people and show them how to treat women, how to hold your wahine, how to hold those stories, how to platform them, so that they can see the boundaries. And at the same time, do your homework. Like, if you're industry people and you're sitting on money, like, stop funding boring people. Like, put the money where the stories are. Stop being boring. But like, the mainstream doesn't even work for the mainstream anymore. Everyone's wanting brown people. Everyone's wanting brown stories. Like, everywhere, music, movies, everywhere. So, I think if both spaces are working towards it, then hopefully land somewhere. Someone take this off me, please. Get it, girl.
I see we have a very beautiful looking audience here. Do we have any questions from the floor? Feel free to join in the talanoa.
I don't have a question, I'm just inspired.
Inspired. You girls are amazing. Honestly, absolutely a lot of alofa for you guys. And I love what you were saying, Jordyn, in terms of our stories having so much significance. Now is our time. I want to hear more women following in your footsteps and coming through. Do you have any other specific advice that you want to give to, perhaps there's a te mawhine that's listening and watching you guys right now and thinking, yeah, those guys are good, they're already out there, but how can I break into that?
I'd say, like I say, every time I get asked the question, it's just release or just put yourself out there. Just don't be scared, because if you don't do it, then no one's going to see you anyway. So I think, just be confident in what you do and don't listen to the outside noise.
Words of wisdom. I would just say, just do you, boo. There's something just extremely attractive of when someone is just, comfortable in themselves and being able to, it's okay to spend time on just, delving into your own identity. What does that look like? What does that feel like for you? I like to say I'm a late bloomer. I've taken time out just to learn my language. And then it was meant to be 3 years, ended up being 4 years, those kind of things. Yeah. But it is a journey, but that's okay. So just fall in love with yourself, do you, and that, allow that to grow, and then,
I reckon, like any young rangatahi who are wanting to get into music, especially for our girls, like, just use whatever you've got right now. You got a phone, you got a guitar, like, nothing is ever wasted. You just practice doing the brave things, and it might seem small, but just like, I don't know, record, do covers, try and have a go at writing something, post it or share it with someone. And I think the more you can practice being brave in the small ways, the next thing gets easier and easier. And I think, I don't know, something happens just out there too. Like, I think the energy that you put out when you're just choosing to be brave, it's like the doors just open for you, and I think you make your pathway a lot easier. So yeah, I would just say, just practice being brave, whether that's like recording yourself or picking up a guitar or having a go at writing, or but otherwise I'm so like, I don't think young people really need to hear from me, because they're actually incredible. Like, I've been seeing incredible 16, 17-year-olds. Writing capacity is incredible, like skill level, they're so intelligent and they know how to like find information. But yeah, if they wanted advice, that's what I'd say.
Cool. As I said, Jarna, I have been stalking you for a while on social media and on your Instagram, and I just love watching all the posts that you do post up there. Can you just tell us more about how important it is to be posting on the gram? And Jordyn, we were talking earlier about translating that into real audiences, and just that, I guess, dilemma, and getting people along to shows and all that.
I'm not really good with content, but
You are great with content.
I think I just post when I remember that I haven't posted in like a month or two. Then I'm like, all right, it's all right, I forget. But I think, yeah, just try to be consistent so people know that you're still alive and still out there. And I find people are really interested in you. Like, don't just always post about your music, like post about what you're doing, like if you went for a walk or what you're cooking for dinner. So,
Real life.
Yeah. And yeah, real audiences. I think just try and build a solid community, people that will support you 100% and won't leave when you haven't dropped for like 5 months, but yep.
I'll still follow you.
My audience really is my family. So it starts off with them, for me, and being able to show up for them. I don't have the best advice regarding online space because I really suck at it. But I'm like a part of that, all the learning, all the adventure. But I love the live performances, so showing up, and it's always, I have very dedicated fan base, people that always come and support me, which majority is my family, so it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not too good at social media either. I think, like, I can be an idiot online, and I think people respond to that, which is all good. Like, but I think when it comes to music and you have to really promote it, I'm so inspired by other artists. Like, they're so good at it. I always feel like I'm being annoying. I have like a weird thing, like, oh, I must be just, people are so sick of hearing from me. So I don't know, I've still got to, work on that in my own self. But I went to this Ninth Wonder seminar when he was here. And he gave this really cool advice when it came to live audience, because I think that's the dynamic, is like sometimes people might pop off online, but it's really hard to then encourage those same numbers to purchase tickets. And I get it, because living is expensive, and just like giving up your $1 to go and watch a show, you really want to hope that it's been something, something worth spending your $1 on. So I 100% I get it. But Ninth said this thing that, like, if you've got 5 people, play your best show to your 5 people. And then the next time you might have 10 people, play your best show to your 10 people. And I don't know, I really it helped it to not make it so daunting for the numbers. Because I'm someone that really loves a live show. I'm a solo artist, but I perform with a band. And I put a lot of time and energy into that. I love live music because I love what happens in that space. Like, you never replicate that moment. If you were there, you were there. If you felt something, you felt something. And so, yeah, I should get better at social media.
And boy, I have vibed off your on-stage presence. I just love when you're up there performing, Jordyn. Can you tell us a little bit more about that vibe and how you put that together, whether it's everything from the look or what you're taking to on stage and what you're feeling in that moment, and just encouraging other te mawhine out there who are listening in terms of that's how important it is to have a good time in stage look.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the stage is a really healthy and beautiful place for ego. It's like maybe like one of the very few spaces that you can like really lean into that, where like all of a sudden, I don't know where the confidence comes from, because I think naturally I'm quite a shy person, but I know that when I go and watch something live, I love to see artists have a good time. I love to see that dynamic that they have with their band. I love to see the band having fun, and it like just aesthetically looks great when they look cool. Not even just look cool, sorry, when you know that they're feeling themselves. Like when you know like they could be wearing gumboots, whatever, but they're like, yeah, this is my steez. Like they own it fully, and I don't know, to me it adds to the performance. So I always feel very inspired by other artists that I see who are just so in their own space, like that's so them, and it makes me feel like, yeah, I want to keep leaning into whatever it is to be me and to be us as a band, and to lean into that. And hopefully it just helps an audience feel like you've delivered a story in a way that helps them to remember. Like I think they might not remember lyrics, they might not remember all of the details of a show, but they'll remember how they felt, they'll remember, I think that's always my biggest thing, my biggest aim.
We were talking earlier about management, and you said you've got a manager and everything changed. Well, everything changed since you got a manager. So do you want to talk again about that? The importance of actually getting someone else on your team.
Yeah, just building your team. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be management, although I'm very grateful. Stormy, shout out to you, because I'm like naturally quite chaotic, unorganized, and so it's hard. It's hard to take an idea and actually make it happen. Whereas I think when you can build your team, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a manager, but just like who are your mates, who are your bros that are helping you, or who want to see your dreams happen, and I think it works. It's like reciprocal energy. Like everyone that I work with, we equally pitch in for each other's dreams. So I've been really lucky to find cool family in our band and with other artists, and so collaborating feels really natural, and it feels like you really want to see the other person win. And I think, if other artists were able to just like find your friends, find your people, find your village. It's just village mentality, eh? Find your village and help each other build. It actually works faster and better with a crew of people than maybe individual hustle. But also respect to people who have really done it on their own. Like I see a lot of solo artists who do everything on their own and they do it really well. So maybe you just have to find your own groove in the thing that's gonna work best for you. But yeah, having a manager has definitely done so much for my career.
Who supports you guys? Stormy's cute, cool.
I have amazing elders, first and foremost, that have supported me along the way. They are in the music community, I like to say. And it varies over time. So I do self-manage, but I also help manage others as well. So I kind of delve into different hats at the moment within the music industry.
I'm managing myself at the moment. But yeah, like Jordyn said, just because you didn't have a manager doesn't mean you didn't have a team. And I've definitely got a team of some mates from uni, Malachi and Nia, shout out, and Big L. And also, family, parents and cousins, big support from them. So I feel like I wouldn't be able to do it without that support.
And I know even you guys are the backbones of your own families, as we are as women and what we do in life. tell us, how do you balance music, your work outside of music, and also your family life and everything else that you're doing? Share a little bit about that balance.
The balance is a bit unbalanced at the moment, but
Unbalanced.
unbalanced.
Talk about the unbalance.
Yeah, I think it's just, I only work part-time, so I don't really have that much of an excuse, but it's just, I think when you're in that 9 to 5 or 9 to 1:30 for me mentality, it's like you come home and you're like, for me, I have a home studio, so I'm just like, oh, but it's in my room and my bed's right there, and I'm like, oh. So I think it's just, getting that, trying to instead look for that motivation or make my own motivation, don't wait for it. I just need to start doing the work. And then also, spending time with my family is lock myself in the room, but need to get better at that too. So I think, just trying to get rebalanced for me.
So I have children and I like to joke around, I have a husband, maybe. A husband.
Who's your husband?
Yeah.
Is your husband?
Yeah, yet to do a DNA test to confirm that, but
Sorry,
husband.
same in my culture.
I think that's a Taranaki saying, I don't know. But
I have a husband too.
oh yeah, there we go. You just keep it real, you know. But anyway, so for me it's actually it's fighting the battle not to be so busy. So that balance is a huge factor. Because I'm here, my family's in Tauranga, and being in many different places. If you have a PA, that's fantastic. But just getting a good diary, a calendar sorted is really essential. But I do have, for me, my work. What I get, I have a salary which I work within the music industry, which I'm so grateful for. So I'm grateful to be able to be exposed to spaces and work with amazing producers such as Marama K, Nina K, and all these other different people within this space. And sometimes that consumes the work side of it. And I miss the heart side of it, being able just to do my own music. So having moments that Petrina invited me to go to those weekends was just amazing. It just refueled, my love for that space. So I'm yet to get there in regards to the balance side of it. But that's an ongoing thing. So I can't say that I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it someday. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know about balance yet, but I think one thing that was really helpful was, like, my Tanya and I just decided we will both pursue this music career for me, and it means that as long as my kids are well looked after and fed, and they have that their needs are met, that they are on track, then we're good. I think I'm naturally quite I don't know, I think I love spontaneity. I love the randomness of, doing this thing, then that thing, then I think it's ADHD. But that's the brain, that's how it just is what it is. And so instead of working against it, I've just leaned into it. I've found a way to be able to have the calendar. Thank you, Stormy. So you can see for the next 2 months what we're going to be doing. But in between those times, sometimes that's when the funnest songs happen. If you're just having jams with your mates. So I think both, having good structure, but then being able to be chaotic inside of that structure. I don't know if that's balanced though, but it seems to work for now. Yeah.
And, oh gosh, my head is thinking all these questions. Okay, first of all, so loving all the music that you guys have been dropping, the music videos on point. Tell us a little bit about what you've been working on and what is to come.
I haven't been working on too much, just gotta try to get through the bank and just try and drop stuff so it's not sitting in my hard drive. But yeah, I've got a song dropping on Friday along with the NZ On Air funded music video. Always grateful to get those. And yeah, I got a gig. The song's called Dumb in Love, in brackets, Oh Mama. Yeah, it's my song about the stalking, but it's not about me, it's not about me.
No, it isn't.
And that's about you now. Yeah, and then I got a gig with the two lovely ladies at the back. They're running it, Divine Wahine, and also Pacific Music Awards supporting it as well. So that's on Saturday, 31st. So if you guys want to come, support me in the purse. But yeah.
Hopefully there's a single coming up from the amazing Hiva Folau Waka engagement, which I'm sure there's going to be so much amazing music coming from that. But I have more recently been able to, on my other side of my music industry engagement, worked with Hawkins, who's also amazing artist on his own, La Coco, and previous artists within our Pacific space. So I'm just ripping our logo. So Oceans Before Me, and more recently being able to work with Papa Tom Roa from down the line in Waikato on their stories. So using music as a tool to tell the stories of our land and to be able to elevate those stories is where I'm at the moment. So yeah.
I am working on some singles. I'm way past the deadlines, but those will be out hopefully September. And then about to work on our winter project for next year. So lots of writing, which is cool because I feel like two of my favourite parts is like the writing process and then the live performance. So yeah.
The Pacific Music Awards Trust has been really massive in terms of supporting our artists. 21 years this year, a massive milestone for the Trust. And I know you guys have been certainly involved. Jarna, you won the Philip Foimana Award, Most Promising Artist in 2022. Jordyn, also 2024 finalist for Best Pacific Female Artist. Tell us a little bit more about being involved in the awards and, gosh, what a vibe, eh? Like when you go to the Pacific Music Awards and you see all of our people there, all of our artists there on that night as well.
I got nervous, because I think 2022 was my first PMAs, and shot Patrina, we performed, which I don't like watching that back because I can hear my nerves, but there's no skips, so I'm so grateful for it because it was just great energy. I felt like I was looking at a lot of heroes, like a lot of giants within like the Pasifika music industry, which was, it still weirds me out. Like it's such a odd experience when you know that you've grown up listening to people and then they're like, now they know you. Like I was very grateful. But yeah, in the last few years being able to go, it's been fun. Like it's just fun to kind of catch up. Like you don't always get to see a lot of artists in your day to day. So I feel like these awards have kind of come and become like little meeting places, and always cool to celebrate people who are doing well in their spaces. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my first awards was 2022 as well, and I think it was interesting because the award I got is one you don't apply for. So I just got a random call, and I was like, who is this number? I wasn't going to answer, but I'm grateful I did. And then they said I won the award, and it was just really cool, especially at the time being 22 and still kind of fresh in the scene. I think it was just cool that I felt seen, especially in the Pacific community, and yeah, looking forward to going this year. Maybe nomination? Surely not.
Well, you are seen. You are absolutely amazing. You all are. And I'm just wondering if any of our audience members have any questions they want to drop in that you're dying to ask. Pete? Oh, yes. Do you want the mic? Should we get the mic come over to you? Yeah. You're on the mic.
Kia ora e te whānau anō hoki tēnā koutou e ngā mana wahine ko tau mai nei te pō nei. I guess my pātai is we aspire to hold space for rangatahi Māori, rangatahi Pasifika, and a space that we can bring their voice to platforms through events, which Jarna's coming to. And I guess for us, our biggest pātai is how do we ensure that we make sure that's safe for wahine Māori or wahine Pasifika?
Okay then.
I think just remembering, especially as the young kids, remembering what it was like being that age and how scary it can be being in a room full of adults, and just, I feel like just be open to them and especially their personalities, because there's so many different personalities, and I think just being very supportive and open. I said that already, but yep.
I think just simply establishing tikanga, like ground rules, and being able to put that out so everyone's on the same waka, same vaka, opportunities to be able to go around and whakawhanaungatanga to introduce and open like icebreakers right at the beginning. One, because as they hear others, they might familiarise themselves that it's not just them that might be feeling a certain way. I'm thinking about as a young person to be able to go into a space. Often they're just simply whakamaskied, but if they hear there's some other people there that might be in the same mindset as them, they start easing out a bit maybe. But so.
Yeah, I think a cool thing for rangatahi, and especially for our kōtiro, is that they'll already be able to look at you and be like, yeah, cool, like I can see people like me running a space. Do you know what I mean? Like I think sometimes visually that's always helpful. And then, I don't know, sometimes I think it's just our job is just to provide opportunity. And it's not just opportunity for 1, 2, 3 equals success. Because sometimes I think, some people take things and they process it over years, and then it happens for them, and then it falls. So I feel like as long as you're investing into those spaces, being like, these are the opportunities that we're providing, not necessarily looking for a particular outcome. It's not going to always look the same for everyone, because I think we all process things differently depending on our backgrounds and experiences. But I think just your manaakitanga is a really beautiful starting point, and clearly you're well on the road and creating those spaces. So mihi nui ana ki a kōrua me tō kaupapa.
Just to wrap up our talanoa today, if you could just say in a couple of sentences something that, perhaps looking back when you'd started in the industry, what would you like to say to someone listening?
I would say, from our previous question, just do it. Don't be scared. If you don't want to share it online or to the world, share it to a friend or family. And then, just make sure it's something that you want to do and that you enjoy doing.
Only because it's been said to me heaps of times, but just keep working on your craft. Keep, refining what that craft is, and you're growing that confidence that you always talk about, and being able to grow in yourself. So that's what I would say to myself.
maybe the fiction's not real. Like, don't wait for something to be perfect before you drop it. There's no shortcut to improvement. You just have to, you got to do it. You got to go through it. You got to play some bung shows so that you can get to a space that you feel comfortable and confident. You just got to, you just got to do it. So yeah, don't wait for perfection.
I've been so inspired. I've just been really filled by our talanoa today. Just want to thank each and every one of you, Jarna, Vox and Jordyn, for joining us, and I think you really have encouraged other women in the industry just to step out and be themselves, and I look forward to hearing your music and also more of your music as well. Thank you for joining us for the FETU Creative Forum. It's been a buzz, and look forward to following you guys online as well. Not too closely, I'll keep away.